How's Anson's knee doing? And what's an update on him?
Ant's practiced a couple times this week, and today was probably the toughest day for him. Just recovering from a couple hard practices, so I anticipate that he'll feel good, and you know, he looked good, especially the last 2 days, and you know, hopefully we'll have him for the game on Saturday. That's what we're looking forward to right now. Not so much with Nate. Nate practiced and yesterday, and I thought he, you know, had a really good practice. And in the last 2 minutes of our last drill, he tweaked that thing again. So he won't play this week, and it's the doctors will examine it while we're gone, and then see what the situation is when we get back on Monday. That's really unfortunate.
Kyle had some sort of a quad contusion late in the game against St. Mary's. Is he?
He's all right. Yeah, it's sore, but he's working through it pretty good.
How much do you talk to your team about the NCAA tournament and speculation about where they might finish and what it means, all that kind of stuff? Do you talk a lot about that?
I don't ever talk about it with them. I haven't in 10 years I've been here. There are times during the season when we play a game that against an opponent that, you know, could really help us. That I'll mention that, hey, this is a game that's, you know, could really help us down the road, and you know. But as far as our preparation for each game, it's pretty similar, and those games are only important if you win all the rest. So.
With Ant's back, is he going to start again?
He will if he can. Yeah, that's what we want to do. So.
Luke's production hasn't been great lately. What is the thinking that goes into having him start?
Because Luke is the guy who understands our defensive game plan, game in and game out, and so all of our weekly preparation, you know, he's the guy who, you know, can execute all of the, you know, the game plan the best. And I think that you know, Corbin and Isaac are guys that are good at some things, but you can't really determine, you know, what they're going to start the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game with. And so, you know, Luke's the guy that's, you know, got better comprehension of the whole plan. So.
Is part of that absorbing fouls too, or?
Well, you know, we would hope that Luke would learn. You know, a lot of these things are going to be called fouls consistently every night, and you know, he has a tendency to kind of repeat the same thing, and so hopefully he can. And early in the game, those kind of fouls, you think they don't hurt you as much because you don't go to the line, but they're the ones that add up that later in the half end up sending the guys to the line. So hopefully we can eliminate some of those things. But he does have a tough job because he's the biggest guy, and he's the one that's got the unique assignment, that big guy, and not so much to actually grab all the rebounds, but he needs to eat up space and get guys out of the way. So you know, the rest of these guys can be effective with it.
Just as Skylar and just his ability to come in and start a couple of games there, and just kind of the way he's handled his role on this team.
Well, he is you know, as good a team guy as we've had. You know, he reminds me so much of Logan Magnuson when we had Logan. Logan was a guy that was just willing to do whatever the staff needed him to do to fit into making our team better, and that's kind of where Sky is. And I think that you know, we've got him kind of every day in a point guard wing position, but we know that, you know, if we need to put him in that 4 spot to kind of make that thing work for a certain amount of time. I do believe that Dalton played a lot of really good minutes over the weekend, and so, you know, hopefully he can. And Dalton's the kind of guy that he's got a little more size to him, a little more girth to him, but he is he still has a guard mentality and guard skills. So hopefully we can work that in. But I love Sky. I think I think every coach would love to have a guy like that. He's always, no matter what the day, what the time, you know, when practice is, he's always the same guy. going 100 miles an hour.
Of everything that Kyle's done this season, what are you most impressed with? What stands out?
What impresses me the most is his leadership, his ability to just run the team and get the guys around him to kind of just play their best. I think that what we were talking about the other day, Kyle and I had a great conversation, because all he wants to do is figure out more ways that he can help this team and what he can do more. And there's already a huge responsibility on him. But what I really love about Kyle is, and most of the rest of the guys, I think they all have the same feeling, is that we can win every game we play. And we believe that, and every game that's left on this schedule. And I think that some of these games are coming right down to the wire, and it's just a play or two, that could make a real big difference, and hopefully we can find a way to make those plays.
What stands out to you about this year's version of the Toreros?
Well, it's been 4 years of Johnny D and Chris Anderson, and you see those guys just maturing in their role, and I think that their size, they have always got two big, strong, athletic guys on the floor. And then those two guys are really scary, because if they both have a really good night on the same night, that's when they've been the most successful. So for us, we've got to figure out a way to handle one of them, and hopefully both of them.
Back to Kyle, Coach. Does the triple-double stat mean anything to him, and does he realize the magnitude of what he's doing? I mean, he's select company.
Yeah, I don't think that you really realize, outside of the fact that right now our team needs him to play well, and I don't think it's fair to put that on any player, that if you don't get a triple-double, then we're not going to win. That's not really fair. But the way that our team is built right now, with the position he's playing out front, each column has a real effect on our team. And if he's getting assists, that means we've got other guys that are making shots. That's a really good thing. If he's getting rebounds, that's a real challenge for our team, is being able to rebound because of the size that we're playing. So if he's getting double figures in rebounds, that's really good for our team. And then we all understand, scoring. So the steals, the blocks, the other parts of the game that he affects are really important to us. But, right now he's had 2 or 3 games where he's been, really close, within a 2 or 3 in one column or so. So I think he understands the importance of him playing well to the success of our team. And I think that's the most important thing to him.
Does he personally enjoy the art form of rebounding and benefiting from the fact that you guys run a 4 and sometimes 5-guard offense?
I think what he really likes is the fact that he knows we need him to rebound, and then he can kind of come through, for us. He's one of the most gifted rebounders. I mean, for his size, I think that I've seen for us, because he has great timing, great anticipation. He can rebound outside of his area because he can read, where balls are going. And then he's really quick to the ball. He's got great hands. So we've had probably what others would say would be, maybe more dominating and more, maybe guys that have been more consistent rebounders. But they're all just bigger guys, stronger guys.
What do you think of Gonzaga St. Mary's tonight?
It's going to be. I think it'll be a good game. I think that Gonzaga's depth could cause issues for St. Mary's, but St. Mary's, those 5 seniors, they have a plan, and they're on a roll. They're really good, and it'll be interesting to see how Gonzaga guards Waldo. That's the whole key with St. Mary's, is that if you can guard them one-on-one and then contain the rest of the guys, then it's going to be tough for them. But if they have to bring a second guy, they get in foul trouble or whatever happens, and then he can pick them apart. So we'll see. Should be a really good game, though. I bet it's a really good game.
as the high-scoring, attacking style of offense that you guys have implemented since you've been the coach here. Where did that philosophy come from? Is that more from your playing days, or the kind of players you can recruit here?
Well, it would probably come what I would consider from my playing days. I played for 3 or 4 different coaches, and the guys I liked playing for the most were the ones that played the fastest. So I just thought maybe that would rub off on the other side as a coach. But, you know, my first year as a high school coach at Millard High School was the year that they put the 3-point shot in high school. That's how long ago? When I played, we didn't have the 3-point line. So that'll shock a lot of kids, I bet, you know. But when the 3-point line came in, then it really became a you know, more of a passion for the way that we played. I had a little kid named Dion Roberts who could really shoot the 3, and he was my best player the second year I coached. And I kind of got to a point where we weren't the best at taking care of the ball, and so our philosophy was to shoot it before we lost it. And Dion got a lot of 3s that year. We turned it over a lot, so I'd rather get a shot than turn it over. Maybe that's where it all started. I don't know.